So how do we discover their belief system? With your Influence and Success Insight, I'm Bob Burg. Last video, we discussed the idea that we all see the world through our own unique perspective. It's what I call our belief system or unconscious operating system. It contains all of our subjective truths about the way the world works, based mainly on programming we received before we were even old enough to choose whether or not to question those beliefs. And not only do we view the world this way, but that other person with whom we're about to have a potentially difficult interaction or transaction or conversation, they operate according to their unique perspective, their unconscious belief system. To add some more confusion into the mix, not only do we and everyone we meet operate from our personal unconscious set of beliefs and premises, as human beings, we tend to believe that the way we see the world, our belief system, is pretty much the same way everyone else sees the world. This makes sense when you think about it, because how could it be any different? It's all we know. That's why you hear people say things like, oh, everybody likes that, or no one would ever want that. Yet, it's not necessarily true at all. Have you ever heard someone say, maybe you've said this, I know I have, oh, I would never treat someone that way, or I'd never say or do that to someone. No, you and I wouldn't, because it's not congruent with our belief systems. But for other people, that's just not the case. Pretty much every conflict is the result of two people seeing the same basic thing from two different viewpoints, but believing they're operating from the same premise or worldview. What a mess. Imagine the judgments and decisions that people make about one another based on very, very limited information. Limited information, certainly, about what's going on in the other person's head. This holds true in all person-to-person contexts. And whether in business and leadership or in sales, it can be a killer in terms of influence and persuasion. How then do we understand the world from their point of view? We ask questions. We ask questions, and then this next part is key. We listen. We listen to their answers, then we ask some more questions, and then we listen some more. We listen without judgment. We listen without interrupting. And we listen simply in order to understand their thoughts, their feelings. This goes for when you're leading a team member, selling a product or service, in conversation with a friend or family member, or dealing with a difficult bureaucrat at City Hall. Discover what's going on in their head and why, and really understand. And worlds of influence will seem to magically open up to you. Yet there's absolutely nothing magical about it. It simply makes sense, doesn't it? It's why habit number 5 from Dr. Stephen R. Covey's classic, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, was seek first to understand, then to be understood. You see, it's only when you truly understand their subjective truths, and as an extension of such, what they need from you, only then can you legitimately communicate the benefits to them that your solution has to offer. Not just in the sales process, but again, in every aspect of life. As Coach George, one of the two mentors in John David Mann's and my third parable in the Go-Giver series, the Go-Giver Influencer, told Jillian, listen, but not just with your ears. Listen with your eyes. Listen with your posture. Listen, he advised, with the back of your neck. Yep, that's how much to listen. Do that, and you've just stepped into their shoes. Now, not only will you now have a much deeper understanding of that person, but that person will feel understood. They'll feel listened to. They'll feel heard. And not only will they like and trust you more, they'll be much more likely to let go of any defensiveness they currently hold, and much more likely to be open to your ideas. With your Influence and Success Insight, I'm Bob Burg. Make it a great day.